Hi there, I'm Gary. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm looking at the North American P51 Mustang in the curious 1/74th scale from HASEGAWA, a kit featuring transparent parts for the fuselage and wings. This kit dates from 1995, although the moulds used to make it date from all the way back in 1964. The kit was sent to me by Russell Taylor, so many thanks for this, Russell. Now, if you enjoy the video, please make sure to let YouTube know by giving it the imperial thumbs up and the like button, by making sure you've subscribed, and by hitting the notification bell. None of these will cost you a penny, but they all help with the channel analytics. So let's make a start then by looking at the box the kit came in back in the day. So here we have the Mustang, P51D Mustang in, now it says 170 scale here, 170th scale. I've also seen these referred to as 174th scale. So we'll see in a bit what size they are when you match them up to a modern kit maybe. As you can see on the outside, it just shows it's made of clear plastic and it looks fantastic. I have to say it looks brilliant. If I can get this to paint up properly and keep the clear parts clear, I think this could be a very, very exciting thing to build. There's not a lot else on the rest of the box other than just repeating what it is in English and in Japanese. The only thing of note here is that the last time it was sold, it went for 1,800 yen, whatever that was at the time, because I don't know when it was sold. So anyway, let's have a look and see what we get inside. Inside we have a big plastic bag. We have some decals that look actually not bad at all. Have a close look. We have a big plastic bag with lots of bits and pieces and parts. We have some instructions. I think we have, yep, instruction sheet, and we have a supplementary sheet with general sort of advice and whatever in several languages. The original sheet here is essentially in Japanese, so that's going to be interesting. But anyway, we'll have a look at these bits in a bit more detail. So these are the clear plastic parts, the fuselage, tail, the wings, obviously the canopy, undercarriage doors even, and the main gear legs. They're all made in clear parts. This part is broken off from here, but I suspect that's so it can fit into the box. So it's manufactured like that, then they take it off. One slightly disconcerting thing is that this aerial is in two parts, not a single piece, which would have been a lot easier. But hey, there we go. Yeah, so that's all the clear parts. And these are the coloured parts for the kit. Black for the fuel tanks, the engine, guns, exhausts, rockets, under the wing rockets, wheels, propeller. Sadly, the propeller's broken now. I'll try and fix this one. If not, I can use another propeller from somewhere, I'm sure. Then we have green here for some of the interior structure, things like the engine mounts, for example, bits of the wing structure, the interior structure here. Those obviously are going to be interior grey-green, which we'll repaint. Red bits looks like the radio box and some fuel tanks in the wings. We'll repaint those. And grey, we have the pilot and in his seat in the cockpit and a few other bits and pieces. Again, we'll maybe paint those differently and see what we can make out of them. With the parts on this frame, you do wonder whether they've just designed them in regular plastic and then just decided to inject them in clear as well. They're okay, you know, nice enough. There's lots of it's all raised detail, probably because of the age. But the parts look skin enough. There's still like some sort of scratchy bits on here where parts have sort of rubbed against each other in storage over the years. I'll see if I might be able to polish some of these down a little bit. I don't want to do too much to them, but because I don't want to damage them. Also, I'm not going to use very much in the way of regular glue on these, because regular glue will spread quite a lot on these joints and discolour them. I might use quite a lot of PVA on these and just let them dry between applications so we don't get any hazing. I'll maybe I'll do a test of something like that before I do it. But obviously things need to be painted before they go into these. But the mouldings themselves look all right. You know, there's bits of flash around here. They're okay though. I mean, they're not the best I've seen, but it's certainly not the worst. So yeah, they could be quite okay to do. Fuselage, likewise, has got most of the usual exterior thing. The big problem is, of course, they've got ejector pins on the inside, and they come through. You can see where they are. That kind of breaks the mystery of the kit, as it were. In that it shows where all the injection marks are, which isn't all that great. But hey ho. What you could do, I suppose, is because the surface detail is actually pretty good, you could sort of only spray parts of it to sort of have like cutaway views, which is an idea worth looking into, I suspect. As I say, the difficulty is that the wheel is in two halves and this antenna is in two halves, which makes life a bit trickier. But anyway, let's see where we go with this. I'm quietly optimistic that this will make quite an interesting kit. The decal sheet, as I mentioned before, looks actually quite fresh. The white inside the stars and bars looks a little faded. I might replace those with something else, some other decals, but the rest of the decals look nice and sharp and clean. So, you know, maybe just dosing them with a bit of ultraviolet might bring that white up a bit. This is for the, I'm guessing, is for the anti-glare strip over the nose, so you don't paint it. And all the rest are pretty straightforward decals, so should be easy enough to do. And they look clean. The colours look okay, as I say, apart from the white, which does need to be brightened up a bit. The instruction leaflet, very diagrammatic, and then only a few words of Japanese here and there, mainly to say what colour things are. So if you can convert those with your phone or whatever and write those in, then you're going to be absolutely fine. The rest of it looks very, very straightforward. As I say, the internal structure here, you're going to make it largely green. I don't know what colour the fuel tanks were on a Mustang, but I'm sure we can find out and paint them the right colour. There's ammunition trays. We can make those nice sort of brass and sort of stuff like that, coppery colours. Guns, we can make gun black. Engine we can paint up. The cockpit area, which actually doesn't have its own thing or installation part, but anyway, cockpit area, we can paint all of that easily enough. Rocket launchers are going to be, you know, green. Yeah, so you know, it looks relatively straightforward. I mean, they are relying a lot on the, you know, the novelty of the interior structure, I suspect. There we go. It's a fascinating looking thing, and I think it's going to be a hoot to make. I'm not sure how well the transparent faces of all the parts will match up, and I guess the seam lines are going to be a bit obvious, but otherwise the interior hood should draw the eye enough to make up for it. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy making it. Let's see what it comes out like. Now, if you've enjoyed the video, please do remember, hit the like button, subscribe, and ding that notification bell. Thank you so very much for watching, and goodbye.